right, guys. This is Mr. Warren. I'm Warren, founder of ExposeU. Um, and I wanted to go through and give a detailed explanation or a detailed view of all the services we offer. You know, a lot of people asking me like, okay, what's different between you and some of your competitors that's inside of this exposure or recruitment game? And I wanted to do a explain a video that's showing you each one of the major products that we offer and why they're different from other people that does the same thing. Uh, One product that I offer is called a Twitter Blast, right? So with the Twitter Blast, I have a team that I work with, and we depending on the sport that you choose, like this little young lady chose volleyball. I can go in and get all the coaches in the nation's Twitter account. I build you out your own Twitter profile, and we use the analytics to send the tweet repeatedly over to different sets of coaches, but it's the same tweet to try to grow your social media presence. Now, this product, you can start using this product as far back as the eighth grade, okay? Because you want to start building your social media presence with the workouts you're doing, the accomplishment. Hey, I passed the ACT, you know what I'm saying? I'm number one player in whatever that you play. This is to start getting you recognition because a lot of coaches do a lot of communication when it comes time to recruit you for real, recruit your student athlete through Twitter. So Twitter's a big middle ground of middle region that coaches connect with student athletes and other coaches on the high school level and also on the junior college level. And so then we'll go in and we can look at these analytics and see who did what, who clicked what, how many impressions you got, and all of that good stuff by the tweets that we send out. So that's the Twitter blast, okay? So now we go to the email blast, okay? So everybody talking about, okay, you do email blast, blah blah blah. So how does it actually work? So let's just take this young lady from Side Springs, right? We just sent her out this year. So as you can see, we sent out Miss Amber Williams at Side Springs and here in Cypress, Texas, close to Houston, Texas. We sent it over we sent her to 2,839 coaches. Her open rate was 39.8% and 12.6% clicked on a link that was linked in her actual email, right? So this data we can send back to the coaches, the parents, the student athlete, and show them that coaches are looking at your stuff. We cannot promise a scholarship, but we can promise we're gonna put you in front of everybody in a matter of 3 or 4 minutes after we push the send button. All right. If you want to look further, you go to analytics. You got the open rate. You know what I'm saying? So she had 842 opens, and then I resent it to 43 people or coaches that didn't open it per se for basketball, depending on the level. Because when I say 2,839, it combines D1, D2, and NAIA. So the big three. I really don't deal with Division III schools because it's not a traditional scholarship that's a given where the parents don't have to pay anything out of pocket or the kids got to have a certain GPA to get in, which they do on D1 and D2 and NAIA, but you're not scrounging to find money to get them to play a sport. Then you got your sent. I sent it here. I resent it here. Resent it to 1846, which is a total of 4,685 attempts to get the student get the coaches to open up the email to get a kid a chance to put their athletic abilities on display via email. So from there we successful delivers. It show you successfully delivered all these numbers. Then it also gives you your desktop, who was on the desktop and opened it up, and then who was on the mobile device. This is really data for me and my company, ExposeU, so that we can kind of start tailoring how we build these campaigns to who is opening it up most and where. And so that way, there's certain things you can do for the mobile to increase that, and certain things you can do for email blast to increase open rates. So it's just a little signs on my end that helps me out here. These are all the links that's actually linked up in this young lady's email campaign to get her in front of all these coaches. Okay, so if I go up here and I'm gonna use the heat map because it's gonna explain a whole lot of stuff. I was hoping it would blow up big. But anyway, the heat map will let you know um, who the heat map will let you know where they were clicking. And I don't know why it's not displaying. It's not displaying good like this. Let me see if I can just refresh it and see what happens. So it's not going to display the way I need to, but it's going to show me exactly where the coaches are clicking the emails, right? So on the original heat map that popped up um, before I started this video, actually, we had a lot of clicks right here in the middle, and we had a lot of coaches hitting the YouTube link in this the PDF. Now that leads me into what does it actually look like? And so now if I'm going to my campaigns and it's not a regular email that gets sent out. Okay, it's not one of those you just type it. It's black and white, and a couple of links, and it doesn't try to drive any hits. It's an actual. There's a lot of effort that goes into promoting your athlete. Okay, so if you look right here, in the preview stage, you can see some graphic artwork that goes into this. You know, South Springs High School women's basketball. Okay, all of these are links. If you see my cursor, it changes. That's a link. So that's one link. The highlight film is linked. The PDF or the unofficial transcript is linked with scores. Okay, it also puts her in a great light, showing her athletic ability through pictures. And then it gives the vitals, and then the GPA and all of that good stuff. And then it gives the accomplishments also in here as well. You know, first team, team offensive player of the year, and some other things that she accomplished. And also, your coach's information goes out, and this and this is who gets the emails and everything. As you can see, you didn't see ExposeU anywhere on here. Is because it's not about ExposeU. It's about promoting the athlete and the coaches that work with this athlete. So I don't worry about sending my logo all over the place just to know people work with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal to me. The deal is let's put the kid in the best light from all angles, and that's the game. So there's a lot of marketing that goes into this: clean, clear, precise cut. When the coach opens it up, they love what they're seeing. Some other coaches that I work with, while I'm switching screens, some other coaches that I work with, that they was getting emails back, and the coaches were saying, man, this is the best email presentation of a student athlete they have ever received from high school from a coach. So so there's kudos to the work that goes behind the scenes to promote that athlete to get a better chance of signing their scholarship. As you can see, I just clicked on this is data that I send to the parents, coaches, and student athlete, right? So that they know we got a timestamp. We know exactly when a coach opened up the email. We know exactly when they clicked it. Everything, all right. So this is what makes ExposeU different from all the other companies out there, because we're doing all the work for the coaches. Literally, we're not telling them to sign up for a service and then they still got to send a million emails. No, we do everything. We once you pay the fee and tell me what service you want, and I had a team go to work at that point where you can just focus on coaching and know that your kid is getting thoroughly promoted to institutions that can give 4-year scholarships to your student athlete for the work they've done, and trying to drive your scholarship rate up in your high school or your junior college, getting it from 2 year to 4 year. And so as you can see, we got all these analytics. So that is the email blast in detail. Okay, that's the email blast in detail. I can get more detail, but I think this has done a good job. All right, so the newest one, and the one that I'm excited about all of them because it's ExposeU, but this one it has two different functions. So use my data.info. This is a site where after I built the databases, I went through and got all the logos for every school in the nation, D1, D2, and then the IA. Then I linked them to the questionnaire form of each institution, right? So as you can see, home It's just telling you like your open rate and your click rate. So so if you use the email blast, you're gonna get analytics sheet. This is where you use the analytics sheet right here. Okay, this is where you use the analytics sheet. So say you doing the D1 list. So and you getting these you using it, looking at your D1 list, and you seeing the names of the colleges that actually open up your stuff. So now you can use your analytics and go in and say, hey, man, Arizona State or Austin P or Ball State and so on. You just hit show more, and it starts showing you a bunch more. Has they view my film, whatever the sport that it is that the student athlete plays. So boom, I hit here, it gives you the logo. You go to the link. It's gonna take you to the Broncos sports page, and from here all you got to do is go to the menu and go to the your athletes page, and then go to the questionnaire, right? And then you can fill out that questionnaire based on what coach hit it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so why would you fill out Boise State and Boise State didn't even look at your film? You fill out everybody's stuff that you know hit it from the analytics from the email blast, and then you come to use my data.info to fill out that questionnaire, because a lot of these emails and me doing this for a while, they are going to ask you to fill out their questionnaire form, because they got a process in which they use with the questionnaire forms per se. They got to put you in the system, but that could be another video for another day. All right, so that's how you use your analytics and use this site. But the other product with this site that I love, that's going to take your student athlete to another level, and it solves a problem for your district, for district athletic directors and everybody, is we have what they call a questionnaire blast. Okay, we have a questionnaire blast. So with the questionnaire blast, the first step of the questionnaire blast would be this. As you can see, we got the forms for all sports. It's not popping up for some reason with the different sports names down here for all sports, right? You got a QR code here, so it scans and shows you how to use this site and gives you more insight or whatever. But if you sign up for the questionnaire blast, right, what you're gonna do, you're gonna fill these writable PDFs. So like right here, it say rugby men's and women PDF form, right? You're gonna fill out this writable PDF form and fill out all the information needed. You'll send it back to ExposeU. ExposeU sends it out to his people that we use in conjunction with making this product possible, right? So and so what happens is we got this one form filled out. What my team is gonna do is gonna go through, all right, every team in D1 that has a rugby team. Because I pull rugby, it has a rugby, football, whatever sport that you play, team, softball, whatever, and fill out every questionnaire in the United States of America that has a team for the specific sport that you play. So your questionnaire go to everybody, and then our team will take a screenshot of each completed questionnaire form for your verification that form has been submitted for your student athlete. So what does that do? If just talk from a coach's standpoint. If you have a kid that you know is not a D1 talent, but their parents just keep insisting that they can play D1, blah, blah, blah. This gives you a way not to crush any dreams, because you got to have that tough conversation, right? Because me being a former coach, I've had to have those tough conversations as well. This gives you a way to say, hey, okay, good. Okay, I see how you feeling. Let's see what's out there. Let's use the questionnaire blast form and see what type of feedback that we get back, okay? And then now you can use this questionnaire blast to solve their problem. If they don't get any feedback, then that in itself tells you that your student athlete might be on the D2 level, right? The D2 level, which is the same thing, but all D2 schools in alphabetical order, right? And you can do that. But with the questionnaire blast, we're going to blast it to the D1, the D2, the NAIA level, depending on your sport. And that way you cover the whole United States of America. Anybody that can give your student athlete a scholarship in whatever sport that they play, we cover that. All right. And then we send you the verification screenshots that in a zip file to let you know that we have submitted all of this. And you should be getting verifications through your emails as well. through your emails as well, because we're going to use your email address, not one that we got. We're going to use everything for you. We're going to use that coach's email address, or we're going to make an email address, depending on the situation. Again, we don't want the coaches that expose you. We want the coaches doing nothing, and our processes are so streamlined to the point that where we can handle whole district recruitment now. Like if it's got 12 schools, then we can handle all 12 schools in the district, every sport, and do all three of these processes. And our coaches don't have to do any work at all. Just sit back and wait on the analytics. Sit back and wait on who gonna call, your emails. If they like an athlete, they're gonna call back. All right. Just to give you an example of a whole district of a whole school recruitment form, I'm gonna pull up one that I did for Marshall High School. I'm getting ready to do the track, starting out on the next couple of days. But I'm gonna pull up their one for football that I did, and coach, the head coach loved, the athletic director loved what what was going on with how we presented it. So if you're looking right here, all right. So we got M Block, you got Marshall High School. I start with wide receivers, right? I could do this for any sport, any sport. You got wide receivers, you got the kid with his profile picture, you got his height and weight, and then you got the huddle film, you got the analytics, and you got the PDF for the kid. And then we move to the next kid, you know what I'm saying, that's in this position. Every kid that's a senior, with all these kids all these kids was juniors this year going into their senior year, so they already been sent out. They already in coaches' boxes. The head coach is already telling me that kids are getting interest from a lot of schools that they normally wouldn't reach. You know what I'm saying? Because your tier 1 kids, they're going to get their views and looks. They're going to get that. But what about everybody else that can play? You know what I'm saying? This covers everything. All our kids are being promoted on this level. Okay, all our kids are being promoted on this level. Everybody got the same opportunity. They go through, and then when I send the analytics sheet back, it's broken up by name and position, and the kids can see, and the coaches can send it to the parents. Say, hey, these coaches looked at your kid's film via, this time of day or whatever. These colleges open it up. He got more D2s, so now you can have that conversation. Like, you might want to start looking in this range instead of the D1s, because D1's not really hitting it. And it gives you that way out of a tough conversation, respectively. You see what I'm saying? So, and then the head coach is here, and he gets all the emails for every kid, and so that saved him about 2,100 hours if you're trying to hit every school in the nation. If you're trying to cover every school in the nation by yourself, that's about 2,100 hours of work that you got to do for every kid. No, send it to us. We got it. We're going to put it in the system. You don't have to do anything. We're going to send it to you, let you proof it, and then we're going to send it out. You see what I'm saying? And we can do that for individuals, or we can do it for whole school districts. We can do it for whatever. Okay, so these are all the products that ExposeU offers in detail. Okay, the offers in detail. So I want to thank you for your time. I know it's 20 minutes. That's where I wanted to be at. Also on the site, just if you're a predominantly Spanish speaking community, we can change the site, and then now you got everything in Spanish to help you connect what we are doing here at ExposeU. Thank you, and hope to hear from you soon. My number's at the bottom of the screen, and if you like what you heard, then give me a call. Give us a call and set up a consultation to see how we can help your student athletes in your school or district, or just your student athlete personally if you're a parent. And thank you for viewing this whole video. Have a great day.